Well, hello everyone. I am in the greenhouse because I'm just checking all of my seedlings. We have so much to talk about on today's video. So much has changed like just over the weekend. It's crazy. But one thing I wanted to show you is these heat mats. So let's see, you guys can see them more over here. I got these heat mats. I got 3 of them on an online auction and I paid $8 for all 3 of them. It has been down into like the low 30s, maybe even into the upper 20s, and my seedlings are thriving. I am so happy. This was like the best investment I have ever made. I am so happy. I have so far, let me turn you around a little bit here so you can see. I have a lot of flowers. I got cosmos and zinnias in here. I think that's rhubarb on the end. I'm just basically checking everybody because I watered them yesterday. I just want to make sure everybody's doing good. I'm leaving the heat mat on for right now. It's only about 60 degrees in here. Only got marigolds coming up. Those are more cosmos back there. Everybody seems to be doing really good. I think this would be more zinnias, yeah. Put my tag back in there. All right. They're all doing good. Oh, what do I got over here? Oh, calendula. Calendula's sprouting. Here comes Harley. We came in here last night to check the temperature. Can you get past?
Yeah.
To check the temperature in the greenhouse. And apparently Kitty, our buff colored cat, snuck in and we didn't see him. So he spent the night in here. I mean, he's a little upset about it, but I'm not upset about it technically too much because I do have a mouse that runs around in here. So hopefully he's taking care of that while he was bored overnight. Did I already check this one? Yeah, I already checked this one. You see his little footprints are all over. Oh, good. I got tomatoes, guys. I have the Japanese black truffle tomatoes. I also have some cauliflower. And
you get whatever this
some
is.
cabbage.
You get echinacea.
Do I? That's good. I got more stuff over here. These things, most of these things have been for a while. So let's see what we've got over here. I bet Kitty was happy to go in and eat, huh? And then my styrofoam.
He went in and then he rubbed on my leg. That's about it.
Yeah. These are sunflowers. I got to show you something exciting. These are sunflowers that we planted, Harley planted from the sunflower seeds that we kept last year from sunflowers we grew. Check out this beauty. It's variegated. So, I mean, some people might think that's a deficiency, but this is actually variegated because it's just the same as these guys. So, I'm half tempted to try to take seeds from this one and see if I can get more variegated foliage because I think it's so pretty. But yeah, what is here? Echinacea. I got some echinacea coming. Back here, I did amaranth, and my gosh, those seeds are like, they're dust. They're basically dust. And look what happened. Look at that. I got so many. I'm going to have to thin those out. But they're already a beautiful color. So, excited about that. I just have a whole bunch of little things. I got celery here. This is stevia. I have eucalyptus growing. These are eggplant, my patio baby eggplants. And I think I have thyme in here somewhere. I saw it at one point. Maybe not, I don't know. Chamomile. All of these are peppers.
Did you plant any jasmine?
No, I don't have any jasmine. I don't think you can grow jasmine here. I think it's tropical.
No.
What
are you saying? We can grow jasmine.
Woad.
Of course.
Maybe, I don't know.
Of course we can grow jasmine here. We have one out of the barn.
Toothache plants. If you've never grown toothache plants, they're really cool.
Do you make your mouth when you have a toothache and you eat one of those? They're very spicy.
Yeah. I got motherwort, tomatillos, and this rhubarb, but I don't know about them. It looks like it got pinched off at the top. So, that's what we have going on in here. But the heat mats, these heat mats are a game changer. And what's really cool is the grow lights that I have. I can plug the heat mat into the grow light so I don't have a bunch of cords going all over the place. It's just like the best $8 investment ever. I still cannot fathom the fact that I got the size of them. I mean, they're huge. It's $8. I wish I was that lucky with other things. Seriously. I'm not. Another thing that we have to talk about, actually I'm going to have to come up here and fix this, is the, hi Smokey, the cow situation is changing. Pretty soon it won't be a situation at all. I think. But yesterday we sold Mocha, and I took a deposit on Hazelnut. She'll be going to her new home this Saturday. So yeah, I think I'll hang on to the boys for just a little while so that they can just kind of like settle and maybe grow a little bit, and then they'll be moving off to new homes as well. Harley, pull that quad out of there. Oh. Look at this, pest.
He's not a pest.
He is a pest.
Not a pest.
Right there, Tony is a pest. None of the other cows will get out and go in there. That
He can't fit.
He's a pest. He's a pest. Anyhow, here's the deal. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Hi, Smokey. When I got the cows, I kind of just aimlessly acquired these cows. That's what you get. All right, move the quad so I can put them away. Anyhow, I aimlessly just kind of put these cows together. All of them, except for Mr. T and Rebel, were bottle calves. And that was back when bottle calves were cheap, where you could get them for less than $100. Now that's not the case. Just put it in drive and neutral and coast it forward. There you go. A little more. Battery's dead. You gotta pull start it. It's a pain in the butt. But anyhow, my cows are big, and my bull, see, Tony's a bull. He's tiny. He's like Dexter size. And you gotta go up by his head. Rebel is also tiny. Not very big. Hold up. You know where you're going. Get in there. Come on. Put that away. He's just happy as a lark in there, ain't he? Alright. Okay. Anyway, they're tiny. And Mocha, if you look at their backsides, like, she had the big horns, and she would just shish kebab them. They all have scratches on their butts and stuff. Honestly, it was probably my fault for putting the bulls in there too young, and they just got bullied, and I don't think that they even realized that they're bulls. So I did the cow thing all wrong. I mean, I knew that. I wanted to get a full-sized actual bull when the girls were of age, and Jeff was not comfortable with that, so we didn't do that. We got a bottle bull of unknown lineage, and then we got Rebel, who was also young, and even though he's beautiful, they're just too small. And so I've decided to just done. That's Chase down there. I saw something moving. I thought it was a sheep. What we really love raising is the sheep and the goats, and of course the horses. And if I get into cows again, which I have a great setup for them now, but if I get into cows again, it's going to be very strategic. I want a specific breed, and that's that. Like, there's 2 breeds that I'm looking at that I would like to have. One being a South Pole, and the other one being a milking Devon. They're both smaller in stature. They thrive on grazing. It just, do I want more meat or do I want more dairy? So if I get back into cows, that will be the the choice.
We have our goats. They're acting more like milk cows.
Yeah, I have one goat that's giving us half a gallon a day that I'm having a hard time keeping up with. So I'm not really sure that I need... Not really sure that I need the dairy aspect. But it would be nice for cheeses and butters and stuff. Regardless, this group is going. I may just hang on to Mr. T because he's a steer and feed him out for the freezer. But otherwise, these guys are all going. Mocha went to probably a questionable home. Like her fate, I'm not real sure what will happen. But, you know, I've never seen anybody load a cow easier. I have this alleyway I set up. And I just took her down there and I had them back up to the gate. And literally just had a bucket of sweet feed. And I said, come on. And I dumped some on the ground. And she questioned it for about 2 minutes. And then she hopped right on. Like, no need to push her with the gate or anything like that. So, but I know Hazelnut's going to go to a great home where she'll be a mama. And they wanted a cow that's very friendly and gentle. And that's her. So, yeah. Now the next thing is to find my boys good homes too, because they're sweethearts. And it'll be weird not having the cows, but honestly, let me fluff the hay while I'm chatting with you before I go back down to the barn. Honestly, where we live on the 10 acres that we have, it's just not enough to maintain the cows, the horses, and everything we've got going on. And if I'm being quite frank and honest with myself as well as everybody else, I want to build a sheep barn, a big one, and I want to fill it with sheep. And that's what I want to do. I want to be a shepherdess. Yeah. And that's what we found enjoyment in. And Harley is now joined 4-H, and she's going to show lambs. And so not only are we going to do commercial sheep, but we're going to do club lambs, because that's what we found enjoyment in. I love them. Their stupid little faces and their stupid little flock mentality is just what brings me joy.
Until they bring you over.
And I think that's, oh gosh, you guys have plenty of hay. Plenty of hay. I think that's one beautiful thing about the homestead journey and the farming journey. You know, you try a little bit of everything, and then you find what you really like. And if we were going to be a completely self-sustaining homestead, well, we would probably get the pigs back, the breeder pigs, and we would probably keep the cows. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going to be 100% self-sustaining, you need more acreage than 10.5 acres. And that's just the truth of it. And when you're homesteading on the 10.5 acres, you're going to have to pick and choose what you can get into, what you can do. We like lamb just fine. We'd eat it like beef. Just you gotta raise more of them to make the same size as the beef. But I also have really good resources for beef. And I have a resource for feeder pigs. So why do I have to keep all of those when we have a resource for it that can keep them until we're ready for them? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm at, the headspace that I'm at. I love the cows. I'll probably never get a chance to have another guy like this, but hard choices have to be made. And you know my rule, my homestead rule is, and this is non-negotiable, if you're not producing, you can't stay. All right, talking about producing and not producing, I'm gonna take you outside here for a minute. That is just the rule of the farm. Horses are excluded in that. Here's a new face. This is a new, Nora. This is a, can you see her? Come around. Oh, there's my old pine tree. This is a new old face. Hi, Nora. So Nora is a goat that we actually bred here on the farm. And my dad and stepmom took her. And she was great for them. She's 4 years old. She was great for them, but she was starting to get a bit pushy or a little bit aggressive with my sister, so who's little. And so they weren't sure what to do. And I said, you know, I have a goat here who is, I have a goat here who is absolutely the sweetest thing in the entire world, but she will not get pregnant for me. And I've tried everything. I've given her selenium and vitamin E and all the types of things, copper, and just made sure she's had absolutely everything. And her bits and pieces on the backside just didn't look normal, okay? So I think that she just probably wouldn't be able to get bred. And so I said, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll trade you. I'll trade you a perfectly sweetheart goat that is not doing anything for me here, which was my Tilly, which I absolutely loved. I got her from my uncle, and she's just been like the sweetest goat in the entire world, but she would not get bred. And so I said, we'll just trade Nora for Tilly, because this way I know where Tilly is. Tilly's in a great home and I get to see her still. And then I get to keep Nora for them, who they'll get to see her still. And maybe we can manage to get her pregnant, because we have 2 bucks here. We have her dad still, which is Bubs, but we have 2 other bucks that would be perfect for a complete outcross or line breeding, whichever we chose to go with. So welcome Nora to the farm. You could tell she's Bubs' daughter because she's got them little La Mancha sippy cup ears, we call them. When you cross the La Mancha, they have like no ears. And when you cross them on another goat breed that has ears, they look like the handles of sippy cups. That's how I always think of them. So we're happy to have Nora, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we have a lot more goat kids. I found out over the weekend that goat milk is very desirable in my area. I had 3 gallons of goat milk from our girl Danny, and
She's in a bucket.
I see. And we just couldn't keep up with it. And so I said, okay, I have goat milk. It's for animal consumption or soap making. Kevin, get it. And it was gone. Within like an hour, it was all 3 gallons. I could have sold 5 more gallons had I had it. So this is why I'm sticking with goats and sheep, because for me, not that my cows aren't easy to manage. I have no problem. Like, I loaded her by myself. I mean, you were there holding a gate and Caleb was there holding a gate, but none of the gates were behind her. She had an open run behind her. I can handle my cows. They know who's boss. They know who to respect. They know mom's in charge because I've raised them. That's not the point. But these guys are just, they bring me joy. The cows make me happy too, but in a totally different way. Yesterday morning, I was in a terrible mood. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And I just came down here and I stood with the lambs back here and the sheep. And in 5 minutes, I was happy. Like, my whole day turned around and it was like so much better. So, oh, hi, kitty. What did we learn? What did we learn? He says, I learned not to go in the greenhouse. Actually, he wanted back in. Is there a mouse in there? You won't go get him for me? Okay. Yeah. He's such a sweet boy. He looks sun bleached now. He must have spent all night under the UV lights.
His eyes are probably like colorblind now.
Good boy. All right, we gotta get done here down at the barn because, yeah, Danny's crabby. She wants milked. They get hay. They haven't gotten their hay yet. That's why they're crabbing. I was like, why are the rams yelling? They don't yell unless they haven't gotten what they think is coming to them. One other thing I wanted to mention, which I keep forgetting. Last November, a company called HISEA reached out to me and they wanted to send me a free pair of boots, and they just wanted me to mention you guys. And these muck boots have a lifetime warranty. So of course I wanted to try them out. And I was skeptical at first when, Jesus, my tripod, guys, sorry, you're all crooked. You're just gonna, it's what he said. Anyhow, I was skeptical of these boots when I got them. And of course, I'll be upfront, they're made overseas. They're not made in the United States. The company is United States based, but the boots are made overseas. So I was skeptical. I was like, what are gonna make these any different than any other boots that I've ever had. I'm going to show you, we're going to show you the boots. I've worn them every single day since I got them in November, multiple times a day, like for hours at a time. And I made it through winter with no leaks. And I'm going to show you the condition. Don't look at the condition of my overalls, because that's terrible. These are the boots, okay? And aside from this cute little yellow trim came off, well, like, who cares? These boots are amazing. So, of course, so you can see, no duct tape on them, no nothing like that. No Flex Seal here. When Harley needed new muck boots, because she goes through 3 pairs a year, you want to show them your boots? Pull up your, we got her a pair of HISEAs, of course. Now these are a lower cut boot, and they have the elastic on the side and the little pull tab on the front and back, and they have a little bit of a heel to them. I think they're a garden boot or whatever, but so far, what do you think of them so far?
They're very comfortable.
Very comfortable, and you know, they have a lifetime warranty, so if they get a leak, they're gonna send you a new pair. I am pretty fond of these boots, I have to say. And if I'm going to shout out a sponsor, if I'm going to give a company business, I'm going to make sure that I put them through trial and error. For me to have gone as long as I did without getting a leak in these boots over winter, of all times when you got the hard frozen ground and everything, that's usually when it happens, when I break them. So far, I'm real thrilled. And we'll have to see how these ones hold up. So we're just going to keep giving you guys updates on them. But like I said, they're extremely comfortable. They're not like, my biggest problem with a higher muck boot, especially in summer, is you get hot and sweaty, and they kind of pinch you like right at where your ankle and your foot meet, in that little crease. If you crouch down or whatever, they pinch you. These are so soft and so forgiving. That's why I really didn't think they were going to hold up, to be honest, because I don't want to say they're thin, but they're not chunky like some of the other boots are.
Even sometimes the muck brand, they're almost too chunky.
Yeah, and these aren't like that, so I was skeptical, but like I said, I am very pleasantly surprised. So if you guys need, I'm not trying to like sell you stuff. I don't get anything from it. I get zero. Like, I don't get any kickbacks. I'm not like a partner program, nothing like that. But I just highly suggest, if you're looking for a pair of boots that are going to last and have a lifetime warranty, go check out HISEA. They have really cute selections for women. They have a pretty good selection for men as well. I think they even have like hunting and fishing things. So go check them out. There is a discount code. It's always in my description down below. So you can add a discount code. Doesn't give me anything, but it gets you 10% off or 15% off. It's one of those. The code's down there, so just go look at it, go check out their boots, and yeah, let me know what you think about them, because I'm hard on boots. Like, I'm really hard on boots, and so is she. And if we can make it half a year without holes in our boots, I consider that a huge win. Yeah. And the fact they're gonna send me a new one when I get those holes. All right, guys. All right. Also, as some of you might notice that you haven't seen my Mini in quite some time. My Mini has had all types of troubles, and it had carburetor problems and fuel problems and just problems on problems on problems, which, I mean, for what it is and what you pay for it, you kind of expect that those things are going to happen. We had even considered engine swapping, because you can take this, it's like a Ratto engine, and you can swap it with a Predator from Harbor Freight. It's almost an exact match. The splines are just different, so you've got to get an adapter or have one excuse me, get one machined. But it's been actually parked out by the manure pile since October, November again. And I finally got to the point where I was like, if something doesn't get done with this soon, I'm going to light it on fire. Seriously, I need it to clean out my bedding packs. I do deep bedding packs, but they're getting really deep. And I was like, either I'm going to break in half shoveling these by hand, or I need to get my Mini back. And so they've been putzing with it off and on all winter. But finally, they figured out we got a new carb, a good carb. There was a fuel pump issue because the fuel wasn't putting the fuel wasn't getting into the carburetor. And these have like, I think it's like, is it gravity? I'm not sure. No, it's not gravity. I can't remember how it is. It's like it's a vacuum system is what it is. But there's a fuel pump that you can get, an electric fuel pump. It would be like an additional, it'd be like an exterior fuel pump. You just wire it into like where the cigarette lighter is on there. Why there's cigarettes, whatever. Anyways, you can wire it in there. And so we got that going. And then when Cody did the oil change on it last fall, he did an oil change and it was parked in the barn on the level. He checked the oil the following day and it didn't show up on the dipstick. So he's like, we got to add oil because it's going to blow up. We got to take care of it. So he added oil. And what happened is he added too much oil, and the oil and the fuel were like getting in together, and the oil was just flying everywhere. And I said, I mentioned it a couple times, but I really think you guys got to take some of the oil out of that thing. And they did. Took out the old fuel because it must have been dirty, put in some new fuel, and she runs. So that's great. Now, the only thing keeping me from cleaning out all my bedding packs in one day is the fact that the track, I have one really bad track because the tracks that come on it are crap. And some of the metal cleats that are in there have been ripped out. So I need a new track. Fortunately, we found a place that will make a custom size track for this. So I'm going to order a track. Probably will eventually need to order the other track because it's still the same crap as the one I'm replacing. It just hasn't gone bad yet. So anyways, long story short, mini skid is about to be back in action. I cannot wait. I love this thing. It's the most practical piece of equipment on this farm. And let's face it, I hate that one. So it's junk. Anyway, I can't wait to get her back. I have a lot of deep bedding packs that need cleaned out. So I told you a lot's gone on over the weekend. I just recorded a bunch of stuff and realized it was a picture. Anyways, what I was saying is my hens are back to laying good again, so that's good. I do this every year where I'm like, are they ever going to start laying? Are my chickens defective? What's happening? Am I ever going to get eggs again? And then they start laying like they always do. I do it every single year. It's hysterical, actually. But yeah, they're laying good again, so that's a good thing. I'm waiting for Harley. She's watering the horses. I'm gonna turn it off whenever it's full. And then I will show you the garden beds, which I already showed you, but you wouldn't know that because I took a picture and not a video. So hold on. All right, this is what I wanted to show you. We started filling up our garden beds. This is an inexpensive and easy way to make raised beds for yourselves. Now, I cannot take credit and will not take credit for this idea. In fact, most of these were given to me by my uncle and aunt, but I made a couple more because I had cattle panels here. So what you do is you cut your regular cattle panel in half. So what are they, $24, $25 now? So that's going to get you a garden bed right now for $12. You're getting two for that $24. So 12. This wind is ridiculous. I'm sorry if there's wind noise. You're $12 a piece, and then you're going to line it with weed fabric, so whatever you have in weed fabric, and then you got to fill it up with dirt. Since these are pretty deep, you could put wood chips or any sort of wood or brush in the bottom, and then use your nice soil on top. What I have here is compost and manure, and I have it in spades, so that's what I'm filling it up with. Now I am probably going to run out, but I know my uncle has a pile of dirt for me with my name on it, so I'm going to go get that at some point. But I did this one by hand. The skid steers weren't working, so I shoveled the compost into a cart behind my little lawn tractor, and I drove it up here, and then I shoveled it into the bed. That was 6 trips and some sore muscles, but that's good, because that means I haven't used those muscles in a while, and I need to, right? That's my reasoning. But he filled this one up with the skid steer. And then he also put some compost up there in those beds. I just have to spread it out. But also, I have garlic, and that makes me happy. I don't know if I mentioned this before or not, but I've historically never been able to grow garlic, and I'm growing it. My aunt and uncle gave me some of their, I guess it would be considered their heirloom garlic. They've been growing it for years and years, and they gave me a couple heads of it and told me how to do it and when to do it, and lo and behold, I'm growing garlic. So that makes me really, really happy. And then I'll keep a couple heads of this garlic so that I can plant it this fall.
Kitty's drinking muddy puddle.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna sign off. it's windy, and I'm gonna go make some cooking videos now because I have a lot of stuff to can. So I hope you guys enjoyed. There's a lot that has changed over the weekend, and I think it's going to just, yeah, we're fighting demons. I think it's just going to continue on this way until we have things exactly the way we want them. And homesteads are constantly changing, right? They're constantly evolving and morphing, and it's a beautiful thing. So I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.